Entitled mother brings her 4 kids to an adult-only wedding. I attended an adult-only wedding for a coworker a few days ago. The actual ceremony was in a very small church, so it was mostly family and close friends, but the reception was for roughly 250 people. The reception was at a very elegant hotel ballroom. Not child-friendly in any way. Crystal stemware, expensive linens on the table, etc. About half an hour into the reception, a commotion started that made everyone stare. Entitled mother is arguing with the wedding planner loudly. Me being the nosy broad that I am inched closer to hear. Turns out entitled mother brought her 4-year-old young children to the reception, even though the invitations clearly stated adults only. The entitled mother insisted that her kids, I'm guessing at ages, but the oldest one looked 8-ish and the youngest was under a year old, were super well behaved, so it was fine. Now keep in mind this was around 7:30 p.m. WP was having none of it. She insisted that children were not allowed and she had to leave. In a last-ditch effort to get admitted, entitled mother shouted at the bride. The bride went over and listened to her for a moment and then said in a syrupy, sweet voice, "Of course you can come in, entitled mother, but your children cannot." She turned on her heel and went back to her new husband. Entitled mother flipped a nut, yelling about how she was invited, couldn't find a babysitter, etc. 3 of the groomsmen escorted her and her kids to the door. Entitled mother tried to get her daughter my job because I'm chubby. This happened today, so I thought I'd de-share. I'm effing home from college. The stay-at-home order in my town is slowly being lifted, so some businesses are finally opening up. My parents require me to have a summer job. I'm blessed enough that I get to keep all the money I earn. My parents just like me to work to gain experience. This will be relevant later, but I'm not a skinny girl. I wouldn't consider myself large either. I'm 5'6" and weigh about 140 to 145 pounds right now and carry most of it in my hips and thighs. The freshman 15 did hit me hard though, as I used to be 120-ish. So today, after finishing my last online final, my dad called me. He told me that one of his friends who runs a company texted him that they were looking for girls to work in the office, answering phones and stuff. I got excited because that's exactly what I wanted. So I put on a dress, printed a copy of my resume, and drove down. The ladies inside were super nice and asked me to fill out an application, so I sat down to do so. And this is where the entitled mother enters. Here's everyone involved. Entitled mother, entitled mom, e.g., entitled girl, F, probably 16-ish. P me, DL1, desk lady 1, front desk. This woman is relatively thin, which will be relevant later. DL2, desk lady 2, desk further back, but still in room. This woman is plus-sized, which will be relevant later. B, boss of the business. We're in the South, which might be relevant, because typically for jobs like this, they're looking for a pretty face to sit behind the counter and talk to customers. This is unspoken, though. Yes, it's awful, but hey, I needed a job. So, as I'm filling out an application, entitled mother enters with EG. She announces that she's here about the opening and her daughter would like to apply. DL1 explains that she'll need to fill out an application and hands her one and a pen. They come sit in the lobby, right beside me, which I thought was weird, but I didn't say anything. Entitled mother. To me, are you here for the job as well? P. Yes, ma, I am. Entitled mother. You know, that little cocky sound people make? I ignored her and went up to ask DL1 a question about the application. It was about how professional one of my references for babysitting was. When I returned and sat back down, entitled mother walked up to the desk. Entitled mother. Does my daughter even really need to fill this out? DL1. It's protocol. We'll look at all the applications and decide who to call for an interview. Entitled mother. Is he here? I'm sure if he could see my daughter, he'd know who he wanted to call, huh? DL1. He is, but he isn't seeing visitors right now. Entitled mother. How will he know who to hire if he doesn't know what the girls look like? DL1. Well, he will need to see their references and will make a few calls before he. Entitled mother. No. My daughter is an aspiring model. She won in 2019. He needs to see her to know she's the face he wants to see behind the counter interacting with customers. DL1. I'm not sure what you mean. This isn't a modeling job. Looks don't really matter. Entitled mother. Oh, I know, but they do. And let's face it, isn't going to want at this point. She leans in closer to DL1, a chubby girl up here. Is he? This whole time, EG is smirking at me and glances as she fills out her application. This caught the attention of DL2 as well as me, and we both looked up at this point. DL2, Mom, I'm not sure I know what you mean. Entitled mother. Oh, no disrespect, I just know personally and know he'd prefer a new pretty face around the office. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I think there's no question between my daughter and, well, this young lady, for example, me. No offense, honey, just trying to save you some time. At this point, I'm in tears. I don't know if it was rage or the sting of her insult, but either way, I was not going to let her see me cry, so I quickly got up and handed my application to DL1 before trying to leave. DL2, a plus-sized woman, sweetie, wait. Talking to me. DL2, you say you know personally, right? To entitled mother. Entitled mother. Oh, yes, we went to high school together. DL2, and you know him so well that you know he'd prefer a skinny woman behind this desk? Entitled mother. Well, I didn't say that, she did, but I'd assume so. DL2, great. Well, I'm his wife, and I've worked behind this desk for almost 15 years now. And as you can see, I could probably drop a few, and I take personal offense to what you're saying about my husband and this young lady. So I'd like you to wait in the car while your daughter fills out her application. Entitled mother and EG both stormed out at that point. EG took her application, so I don't know if she'll apply or not. But both women behind the counter told me that entitled mother was a bitch and they'd vouch for me with the boss. So I'm hopeful had I got the job. Edit. My first award, oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Smiley face, update. Oh my goodness, you guys are significant other kind. Thank you everyone for the awards and compliments, I'm so overwhelmed. You've all made my little heart so happy. A lot of you want to know if I got the job. Today I went in for an interview and just got home from that. It went well, and I'm hoping for a call soon, and I'll update you when I know. Smiley face, update too. Hey guys. So I still haven't gotten a call or anything. I'm starting to think maybe they wanted somebody long-term and not just for the summer. Sorry to disappoint y'all, but if they do call me, I'll be sure to update.